What we are is a Canadian UAV or unmanned aerial vehicle company. We design, we engineer, and we manufacture in Waterloo. We have 300 some odd employees, 250 in Waterloo, the rest spread around the globe, Singapore, Denver, the UK, as well as the Middle East. We serve three markets, primarily military, but also public safety and the commercial sector. Is that better? My bad. So the markets that we serve, generally, we've been in the business for about 10 years, and primarily it's been the military space. What we're about is putting aircraft in the air, military or commercial-grade aircraft that collect data. And as we've been talking about so far this morning, data is both the primary data product that we're looking at collecting, but that drives secondary and tertiary data products, which in the insurance business is probably familiar territory. It's becoming more familiar to us, whereas in the past we've been straight up UAV sales, solutions, services, et cetera, but we're seeing the true money's in the data. This includes both the collection of the data and the provision of it in its natural state as well as its derivative state, which means using machine learning and AI technologies to augment the data, to use the data in different ways for different purposes. So enough about us. What I'll cover is I'm going to talk, and this more sets the context, I'm talking about commercial grade UAVs or unmanned systems. I'm specifically talking about smaller varieties in the in the Canadian space. That's important to note because there's a very wide spectrum of UAVs, and the regulation is quite diverse around the globe. So I'm focusing on Transport Canada rather than FAA. I'm focused on Canadian aviation regulations, et cetera. So put it in context, this is Canadian. This would be called Group 1 drones, Group 1 UAVs. I'll be talking about the types of applications that our customers are using for the systems that they've either bought or they've rented through other service providers. And I'll be talking about the data that's being collected, and that's where it gets particularly interesting. And it makes the transition to discussion around machine learning a lot more topical. The types of data that are being collected typically are straight up video and imagery, but there's much more sophisticated data that's now being collected. And when it rolls down to what I'm really talking about today, it's about this collection of this data in an autonomous fashion, removing risk and cost, and how that relates to the insurance business. What I won't be talking about today is Aeryon Labs and placing another commercial after a commercial in front of you. I will not be talking about the evolution of the regulations within North America, let alone the globe. I can say that they're changing extremely rapidly. Transport Canada happens to be quite advanced, but I won't get into depth. And I also won't be giving a detailed exploration of deep neural networks. That's not my space, and I'm not the guy to explain that to you.